Cognos is a multi-tied architecture, but for the classification purpose, it has been classified into three-tied architecture. So web layer, application layer, and data layer. So web layer, application layer, and data layer. So coming to web layer, we'll have web server. We'll have web servers. And coming to application layer, we'll have Cognos server. And coming to data layer, we'll have content stores. So coming to again installations, we have two types of installations. So one is standalone environment, and another one is distributed environment. So standalone environment means which will be used for personal PCs. So all these servers will be installed in a single machine. So but whereas coming to distributed environment in the organizations, so we'll have 3 or 4 web servers and 5 or 6 Cognos servers, and again 3 or 4 content stores, because it depends on the number of reports and number of users accessing these reports. So coming to web server, Cognos is a web-based application. It is a web-based application. So if end user run a report, okay, if end user run a report, that will be automatically physical information would be available in the web server. So whenever if end user run a report, automatically that would be available in the web server itself. So that stuff would be available in the web servers, which is called as physical information. So that physical information will be moved from web server to Cognos server by using gateways. So that physical information will be moved from web server to Cognos server with the support of gateways. Okay, that will be physical information will move to Cognos server by using gateways, and here Cognos server plays a vital role in the architecture. So this Cognos server will convert that physical query to SQL query or logical query. So physical information or physical stuff would be converted to logical query, nothing but our SQL query. So here we have dispatchers in the application layer. So these dispatchers will, what it will do is, these dispatchers will, it is a multi-threaded one. Multi-threaded means it can send multiple requests at a time, and it can receive multiple requests at a time. So from Cognos server to content store, it can send multiple requests and it can receive multiple requests. So and data layer. So in the data layer, we'll have content store. Content store is nothing but it contains all the metadata, structures, securities, everything, like a database. So coming to content manager. Content manager will be managing this content store. So before sending back data to Cognos server, it will verify whether the requested person is having authorization to view this data or not. If he is having authorization, then only the data will be sent to the Cognos server, or it will restrict the data and it will throw an error stating that you are not authorized to view this data. So this is what a high level stuff about Cognos architecture. So in the distributed environment, we have if you take any big MNC, most probably there are some 100 reports and 1,000 users accessing these reports, or 500 users. Then they'll go with 4 or 5 web servers, 7 or 8 Cognos servers, and again for something like 3 or 4 content stores. All these servers will be in a LAN and act as a system, and this will be completely parallel processing. Parallel processing is nothing but first come first serve. Let's say 5 users have been run 5 different reports one by one. So first come first serve. First if I have 4 web servers, the first 4 web servers will be busy with the first 4 requests, and remaining will be in the queue. any of the server is completed its task, then automatically that request will be assigned to the other web server, like parallel processing. So is it clear? Yes, Asim, we've installed Cognos server and trying. Yes. Yes, we have to install all these Cognos server, web server, everything in the local computer also. So in the local computer, all these three would be installed in a single machine. In a single machine, we use all these stuff. But whereas coming to distributed environment, what we do is we will have different servers, like for 3 or 4 high configured servers for web server, and for content store also the same way. And for Cognos server also, we will go with more servers, like 7 or 8 Cognos servers, because most of the work will be done by the Cognos server, because it has to convert the physical information to logical. Is it clear, Asim? Do I need to elaborate stuff what we are going to be discussed in the coming classes? Because you guys have already an idea about data warehousing and all this stuff, so that was the reason I did not discussing all this stuff. So introduction to data warehouse and introduction to Cognos. About Cognos 8BA, Cognos releases, architectures and features. So up to here we will have some theoretical classes. So data warehousing concepts and introduction to Cognos. Later on, everything would be practical. Going forward, we will discuss introduction to framework manager, which is used for metadata modeling. We do modeling in the framework manager. So we will discuss 2 types of modelings here: relational modeling and dimensional modeling in the framework manager. So it would be a little bit confusion for Nagendra, but going forward we will have a decent understanding in all these stuff. And Report Studio. So Report Studio is mainly used to develop any kind of complex reports or simple reports. So we'll discuss completely Report Studio. We work with different kinds of reports in the Report Studio. And we'll also discuss Query Studio. So then later on we'll discuss with the introduction to Cognos connection. So Query Studio is where we can do ad hoc reporting. Mostly Query Studio will be used by the end user for simple or ad hoc reporting purpose. End users will use this Query Studio, and developers will not use this Query Studio, most probably. So an introduction to Cognos connection. Cognos connection is where we manage the report. The framework manager, we do modeling, and reporting will be done in the Report Studio. And to manage our reports, all this stuff, we'll do it in the Cognos connection. We will also discuss about end-to-end process of a project. Like if it is a development, what would be the process, and if it is a support project, what would be the process, and if it is a migration project, what are all the steps are we need to take care of all this stuff. And the same way, we'll also work with transformers. Transformers is nothing but where we build cubes, and the cube related reports would be developed in the Analysis Studio. Analysis Studio is again which is used for to develop 3-dimensional reports. So we have 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. We can view the data in 2 ways: 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional. 2-dimensional means we can view the detailed data. So, and we'll also discuss about active reports. So even in the disconnected environment, in the Cognos 8, we don't have this active reports. So coming to 10, we have this option called active reports. Even in the network disconnected area, we can develop this active reports. we can develop these active reports. I mean, we can not develop, we can use these active reports and we can view the data even in the disconnected environment. So these are all the topics modules which we are going to discuss in this going forward session. So we'll discuss about what is data warehouse and why data warehouse and what are ETL and what are BI tools. Warehouse is nothing but, the simple way I can say that it's a go down. So data warehouse means, so we are storing data in this warehouse. So that was the reason we call this as a data warehouse. Let me start up with an example. It would be better to understand. I have started a business. The company name is some ABC. It deals with FMCG, fast moving consumer goods, and I'm using Oracle as my database, and it was located in the South region. So FMCG means daily usage products like soaps, paste, brush, and all these comes under FMCG, like daily usage products. If my business was damn good in the South region, as a higher management, I will plan my business in the other region. Let's take, I started my business in the North region. So rather than starting up a new company, if I can acquire a company in the North region, I can start up my business from the day one itself. So I acquired a company in the North region. So company was some XYZ, and it also deals with FMCG, and it is using MySQL as its database. So now in the North region also, that the business was damn good in the North region. So I acquired some more business in the other regions. So in the East region and West region. And it also deals with FMCG. Here also it deals with FMCG. So here I am using Excel as my database, and here I am using Sybase as my database. Now I have my business across India in the 4 regions. As a higher management, if I want to improve my business, I need to make a key decisions. If I want to make key decisions, I need to analyze my historical data. Based on the analysis of historical data, if I can make a decision, obviously my decision will be perfect and business will be improved. So if I want to analyze my historical data, here I have 4 different databases. I have Oracle from South, MySQL from North, and Excel from the East, and Sybase from the West. But I need to analyze the complete India data. So I need to integrate these 4 databases. So to integrate these 4 databases, why the integration? For analysis, and based on analysis we can make decision. So coming to integration of all the 4 databases, we have one option, changing into a single database system. So I'll change these 3 into Oracle, or these 3 into MySQL, or these 3 into Excel, or these 3 into Sybase. So changing into a single database system. If I go with changing into a single database system, need to purchase the softwares, manpower, everything. So cost wise and time wise, it is taking more time and cost is high if I go with changing into a single database system. And I have another option. So that is extraction. So I have 4 different databases like Oracle, Excel, MySQL, Sybase. I'll extract all the initially metadata into the transformation area, and here in the transformation area I'll apply some transformations. So in the transformations, in the sense, let's say for example, I have a column called gender, male and female here in the Oracle. So here I am using M and F, and here 0 and 1 for male and female. Here 001, 002. So for 4 different databases, 4 different naming conventions. So I cannot directly get the 4 different kinds of data. So for analysis, I'll be confused. So in the transformations, I'll apply some business logic that if the gender column is male and female, make it male and female. If it is 0, 1, make it male and female. MySQL, even here also, if it is M and F, make it male and female. So I'll just apply a transformation. I'll extract all the data, and in the transformation, the logic will be applied. So it will be converted into a consistency way, and that would be loaded into the data warehouse. So I'll extract, and in the transformation area, I'll apply business logic. So after logic has been applied, I load this data into data warehouse. So data warehouse is also a database. Obviously, if I'm storing data, then it will be a database. So extraction, transformation, and loading. This complete process is called as ETL process. For this, we use a lot of tools which are available in the market. We have Informatica DataStage Omniscient. So we use Informatica DataStage Omniscient. And right. So this is what ETL process: extraction, transformation, loading. And now the data has been loaded systematically into data warehouse. So let's say, for example, here I have 4 customer tables with the 4 different naming conventions. But coming to data warehouse, I have a single customer table with the consistency data and with the detail level of data. So now everything, the data was available in the data warehouse. The complete historical data is available in the data warehouse itself. So to fetch this data from the data warehouse in the form of reports, we'll go with the BA tools. Even I can write some SQL query and I can also get data from the data warehouse. But companies will not prefer this kind of activities. It always prefer with the BA tools, because BA tools is already GUI, graphical user interface tools. So where we can able to view our data in 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, and we can filter it, detail level and summary level, everything we can able to view it. And whereas if I go with the manually SQL writing, if I do a small mistake, the complete analysis will go wrong, because based on these reports only, end users will analyze and make some decision. So they will not prefer manual SQL writing, so they always go with the BA tools, and even performance issues also. So because we do modeling in the BA tools again, so that was the reason we'll always go with the BA tools. Companies will go with the BA tools. So BA tools is nothing but reporting tools. So to fetch, to develop different kinds of reports, we have different tools like Cognos, business objects, OBAE, MSBAE, crystal reports. So IBM is the owner of Cognos, and business objects has been integrated with the SAP, and OBAE means Oracle is the owner, and MSBA, Microsoft is the owner of this MSBA. So I don't think so there is a big differences between all these reporting tools. Nowadays each and every tool has all the options. Let's say, for example, if you take crystal reports, I don't know whether in the crystal reports we have mobile integration option, because in the Cognos we have Go Mobile integration, means we can run our reports from the mobile. End users can run the reports from the mobile. So mobile should have a minimum standards. It should support internet and all these stuff. So here end user can develop ad reporting in the mobile itself, mobile or tablet PC. He can run his reports in the mobile itself. In the 2008, I think, Cognos has been introduced this Cognos Go Mobile option, and recently OBAE has been introduced with business objects. I think it has been introduced 1 years back, and I think MSBAE is also going to be released. The crystal reports, I don't think so. This option was available. I'm not sure, but I think it was not available in the crystal reports. And it supports Go Office, Microsoft Office products, and where crystal reporting will not support for that. So these paid tools almost all by the next version, if any tool has been implemented a newer option, automatically the other tools are implementing in the next version. So only the owners are different, remaining options and features wise all reporting tools are having all the features. So clear? So we don't need any knowledge on the ETL because ETL will be completely taken by the ETL team. We only need reporting knowledge. Nothing ETL knowledge is required. ETL is not required. Only reporting part will take care of. ETL other resources will take care of that. So we'll completely work with the reporting tool Cognos itself. So we will not be extracting data from the different ETL tools here in the class. So we'll completely discuss about the reporting part in the Cognos, like 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, everything we'll discuss. And it's your turn. And any questions on this? These are all the topics which we are going to discuss. Initially, we'll have data warehousing concepts, Cognos architecture, features, versions, then framework manager, Query Studio, Report Studio, Transformers Analysis Studio, Cognos connection, process, all this stuff.